We're going to talk about hope today.
Yes. It says hope is confident expectation based on God's character and promises. God sees that for each of us.
Most people are going to lose hope at some point because usually you need it the most.
Even when you can't see it, because so many times we get in our own way.
If we're basing our outlook of anything upon our current circumstances, we're probably going to be in trouble quick. What is up, YouTube family? We are back with another edition of our High on Jesus podcast. This one's episode 16, talking today about...
Got 99 problems, but hope ain't one.
You are here today with Justin Time with Justin Hallis.
And Austyn with a Y.
It's great seeing you guys again. We are back. It's first day of school, I guess.
Yes.
When this comes out.
I guess maybe that's why you're in the same outfit.
And it's my... What happened?
What happened was...
Yeah. So I forgot my shirt. Yeah.
Were they all
I had
dirty?
a whole outfit. I got the shoes. I got the hat. No, they're all clean. It's just hanging on the back of my living room chair. And I tried to do something on the fly in the parking lot. Didn't have anything that didn't match. There was no purple that was big enough for me. So, yeah, we'll have to wait for the purple for next week. Yeah, I was either the medium purple or wear the same outfit. I wasn't thrilled with either one, so I went with the same outfit.
Just repping the Marauders again. It's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
It's all right.
Yes.
So, just so everyone knows, we do film these on one day, not two.
Could you imagine if we tried to do this every week?
Yeah, it would be too much. Not to mention the same outfit back to back. Be like, Justin, what are you doing? You never see that, but you see it now.
Screenshot it.
Yeah, screenshot this back to back in the same outfit. And he has on
the same shoes too.
Yeah. Right when I bring back the shoes, it's the same ones. Dang it, man. That's
it does
fire
happen.
Purple ones.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're doing the purple one for next one.
There you go.
So.
Yep, it's already ready.
Yeah, it's already ready already.
Yep. Staying ready. Yes.
So.
First day back at school.
Yeah. You would have dropped the kids off at school at this point.
Yes.
That'll
Tristan's
be a nice
dad
feeling.
actually has her to take her to the first day, so I'll get to pick her up. Same thing happened last year, just with that crazy 2-2-3 rotation.
Mm-hmm.
You get a choice in that, don't do that. Working on changing it.
Sounds crazy.
It was great when she was smaller, because at that point I was in my addiction, off and on. He wanted to see her every couple of days to make sure I was, okay. I didn't trust him. So for that type of situation, it gave us both a little bit of peace. The courts could monitor, like the way the exchanges, like, did she have bumps and bruises? So,
Gotcha.
hopefully we can grow from that. But I'll have 3 in high school.
They're all 3 going to be in high school?
Yeah. So my twin girls will be in 9th grade at Manatee.
Oh, my
Beckett's
goodness.
a sophomore. I talked to them earlier. My mom, thank goodness, picked them up from camp, last week. So I still haven't had the conversation, but I think maybe Chloe has a little boyfriend apparently now, maybe.
Really?
Yes, please. Not yet.
I'm going to have to meet this guy too then.
Yes. Coral and her boyfriend will be at different high schools this year, so we'll see. I told her, I'm like, oh, this is, I will definitely have popcorn for this. So, I don't know, I'm just excited. They're all of their identities are so curious about different sports, and Coral is the more yearbook committee, maybe cheerleader type. Chloe is the basketball, and it's on a different level when you get to high school, especially Manatee High is very competitive.
Yep. So practicing.
So I'm interested to see the dedication, because I was all in sports. I played 5 sports all the way through high school, had part-time jobs, bought my first car. So I'm like,
of course you did.
Yeah, yes. But I'm just interested to see where they put the work in, and they live with, they love High on Jesus. They love church camp, so like they carry Jesus throughout their week too. So
That's cool.
I couldn't be more proud. So
Chloe's the sporty spice.
yeah, yes. So instead of 3 schools, 2 schools this year. So
that'll be nice.
It's on opposite sides, but I'll take it. Yeah. So
that'll
we can just get a place to live in Palmetto in the middle.
There you go.
I will be
nice
on the pink cloud too. So.
Well, yeah, it's not only first day of school, but it's my son's birthday today.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So he'll be turning 20. crazy. I got a 20-year-old, but yeah, and super proud of him, man. I can't say enough about him. He's doing his thing. He's working. He's making investments. He's going to school to pursue his doctorate in pharmaceuticals. So.
And he has a longtime girlfriend as well. Yes.
Yep. Emily, he's been with her for a long time.
It's great.
Since high school. She goes to FSU, Tallahassee. So,
okay.
Yeah. Very, very proud of him, man. Can't say enough good stuff. Thank God that he didn't turn out like me, man. Thank you, Jesus.
So what not to do.
Yeah, exactly. I did plenty of those with him.
Good.
To the news.
Let's see. What today?
What you got going on there?
This one was kind of sad. But it's serious. You know, coming from something that I did in 2013, you know, I got... I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. You know, part of my story is I got a DUI with my 3 youngest kids in the car. You know, I did a PTI program, didn't learn my lesson, you know, so I ended up back in probation and, you know, eventually graduated drug court twice.
Nice.
But yeah. And then we have a common friend.
Hopefully it's the last time.
Yes. You know, never again. Absolutely not. I know that I can't ever pick up a drink again.
Amen.
But we have a mutual friend that you've been kind of walking through something with a family member. Lost a family member to a DUI.
Yep.
So it says a drunk Bradenton mom found throwing up on I-275, drove nearly 4 times the legal limit with the kid in her vehicle.
Yikes.
So there were so many people wrecking this story, you know, but from me being one of those behind the wheel, you know, that I actually... you know, can now openly admit it. I was so ashamed, and I mean, and I don't take it lightly that I did that. I'm grateful that I didn't harm my children physically. Yeah. Them knowing that is enough, you know, every day. But this young lady said that they found her that she blew 4 times the legal limit and had a 3-year-old, you know, with her on the bridge. Thankfully, they, you know, were able to get the child to safety, you know, through Department of Children and Families.
Pull up on her and she's throwing up.
Yes,
like,
so that
on
other
the side of the bridge. Goodness.
Yes. But she blew a 0.303. That she had been previously involved in a hit and run crash and kept going. Yikes. So that's how she got eventually like tracked down.
Goodness, man.
Yeah, so just, I mean, it does happen, but there is help out there.
I can imagine she was getting smoked in the comments.
Yeah.
Comments is a vicious place to be on something like that, man.
You know, but we are so quick as humans to, you know, but I mean, I'm living proof that people can change if we can just get these people the, you know, the help rather than, yes, she obviously made really bad decisions. Thank goodness the child is safe. Yep. But in the same note, like, you know, when I got my DUI, you know, my mom was really mad at me. But in the same minute, she was like, how many times this was your seatbelt? And I, you know, had us at the beach and they drank all day back in the 80s, you know. So it's relatable to so many people. It just isn't talked about, you know. So I'm just glad that I can actually have the courage to, you know, say those things. And, you know, I just pray for this young lady that she can seek help and guidance and that people are open to helping her walk through whatever she's walking through, because the drinking is just the cover. You know, there's something underlying for something like this. So
thank God that people are all right, kids all right. Couple funnies after. It was a little serious. Yeah. Happened in St. Pete, but Bradenton woman.
Yes, I know, right? Yes. Always something Bradenton. You know, last week, Mile High Club, this week, a bridge. You know, it's just...
man.
But there is help at Bradenton, you know.
And I'm not going to lie, that's a pretty good number. So
3, I blew a .19. Nice. And it was Sunday after church.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I used to...
that wasn't going for the win.
Well, I used to play a game. It was called Go to Livingston's for the go-karts. Did you ever go there? They would give you a breathalyzer.
I didn't know the first time.
Yeah, I didn't know either until I found out. And then I was like, we're going to Livingston's at night? I'm getting as drunk as possible to see what I remember walking up. And I'm like, hey, we're ready to go on the go-karts. The lady's like, you're not going on the go-karts. Like, what do you mean? She's like, you have to blow in a breathalyzer. I'm like, so? We're fine. We're not even drunk. She's like, yeah, okay. Why don't you blow it? And it would be some, like, astronomical number. Yeah.
I remember going the last time, like, right before I got sober. That's so crazy you said that. But we had been before, but I had obviously had too much that day.
Yeah.
And Coral's like, you can't drive. And I'm like, why not? She's like, because you've obviously been drinking. I'm like, I have not, you know, all the airplane bottles in my purse. And yeah, so. Yeah. Today I can drive. Today I can drive at Livingston's, you know, so.
Yeah. I went on the go-karts many times sober with my kids. It's fun.
Yes.
Is that still even going over there?
Yes.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a long time since I went.
You know, you have to have 412 tickets to get a pack of gum or whatever.
Yes, I remember taking Layla last time, and I'm like, man, this is a ripoff. But you can buy the tickets to make up the difference. That's really good. It's 10,000 tickets, but for an extra $39.95,
you know what Chloe got that day?
Buy it.
A Swiss Army knife. That's what my daughter got the last time we went, was a Swiss Army knife.
You spend like $40 in tokens and then throw on an extra $30.
Go to Walmart and get one for $7.88.
It's like a $10 item by the time you're done.
But the room that you shop in is like,
they do have that thing. You get the kids. Oh, come on, Dad! I want to get that.
Yeah, I like to take them in there first to see what we're looking at. Like, what are we trying to accomplish?
Of course you do. All right, kids, let's make a plan. What items you want to get? We're going to add it up, and then that's how many tickets we have to get.
Take the fun right out of it.
Oh, man. So the comment crawl, always we got plenty of good heartfelt comments. That's the most important. So Angel Stetson, we know her, just moved on to her own place. Super proud of her. She said, I love the opportunity to be a role model for my girls. Growing up with addiction, I get to learn to do the action work to set an example that I never had.
Ooh, it's good stuff.
It's nice.
Yeah, she's got a blog that she's really involved in the community, and she's a very driven young lady in a lot of aspects of recovery and health. And
that's awesome.
She's very good.
Nice. That's cool how she can share that. Unfortunately, she didn't have an example. Sounds like her parents may have struggled with some type of addiction is kind of what I got out of that. And then I think probably trying all those times is what we think. If I could just go to this meeting or just like try not to use, then everything will be fine. And we quickly learn it's not how recovery is done. It's an action program. It's going to take action on our parts. And she's sharing that like she loves that she was able to be a role model. She was assistant manager at the house, just able to be there for the other ladies in there and set the example. Do as I do, not do as I say, and
And now she has her own place.
Yeah. She's doing awesome.
She was one of the ones that, had a vehicle and a license there. So she always was giving back, offering rides, to meetings and things. So, yeah, she definitely was a role model. And we appreciate you, Angel.
Yep. Good job, Angel. Proud of you. So, next, I hope we didn't use this one before. Probably should have asked you first. Sorgan, 869.
Oh, that's my dad's side, my cousin Susan.
Okay, I figured it was someone that knew you. She said, Austyn, this is so good. God gives us the freedom to choose, doesn't he? He chases after us, but he gives us free will to choose him.
Yeah, she we've had a lot of alcoholism on both my dad's side and my mom's side, and we haven't seen each other for many, many years. But since I got back into recovery, like I don't even think she knew that I never put my past or in my indiscretions out there for people. So now that I've, come out with my past, publicly, every day she's always commenting on my page and stuff. So it's so great. I mean, I have my chosen family, but for my blood family to be able to, she's in Mississippi. It just means a lot. Just for people to just that one little sentence, every now and then just to say that they were thinking about you, so I really, truly appreciate that.
No, that's awesome. Family's looking out for you. I mean, what she's saying is real. God gives us free will. It's one thing God will not mess with. Kind of like that Bruce Almighty movie. Yeah. They put that in there as well. Can't mess with free will. So, I mean, I think that's the best part of God. Like, doesn't make robots.
I'm here when you need me.
Do anything. We can choose to do whatever we want when we leave this room here today. But I'm going to choose to seek after God. I'm going to choose to stay sober. I'm going to choose to keep moving forward.
Amen.
Michael B. This was the comparison trap. This was like a short that we put out, and it was just talking about the trap that you can get in when you're constantly comparing yourself to others. And that could turn into, has the potential to turn into, oh, well, you know, you're in the gym. I'm never as big as those guys are. And, you know, there women, you know, looking at magazines like I'll never be in the shape that she is. Or we see other people, their nonprofits way bigger than ours. Their business is booming. They got more money than I do, you know. So like, wow. And I'll give them, there was a couple comments on there that made sense. I mean, obviously you probably got to take a look around at what other people are doing. It gives you like a little idea of what you could be, or, you know, what, you know, the possibility of what everyone else is doing. But I'm just going to err, I think, for most of us, including myself, if we're constantly scoreboard watching and comparing ourselves,
dangerous.
You're going to be upset. Like, and even if you do get some decent success, it's like there's always going to be someone bigger. It's always going to be someone better looking. Always going to be someone making more money. Their business is way, way more. Their nonprofits bringing in millions. Like, whatever it is, someone's going to be killing it. And you're going to be like, man, I'll never get the, you know, like, that's what it could turn into. So basically they said, I just want to take a minute here and give a huge shout out to our business sponsors, Automatic Bail Bonds. We bail your tail out of jail with a quickness. Big shout out to them for being a huge supporter of what we do here. If you, your loved one, anyone, we don't wish it on you, but if someone you know does go to jail, Autumn and her team, they actually care about the people that they help to bail out. So please use them. They're a huge asset in this community. Journey to Greatness Sober Living Homes, preparing you for your new journey of life and beyond. They have a multiple men's and women's homes in Manatee County. And so if you're looking for a sober living house, or maybe your loved one, someone that you know, get in contact with them. All the links are below in our comments, guys. Also, Florida Elite Monitoring. They do ankle monitors and also alcohol level tracking with confidence. So maybe they're ordered to get an ankle monitor, or maybe they voluntarily want to be able to show the judge, hey, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything like that. They have all kinds of neat ways that they can help you out with some things. And then Dump Dynasty. You give them a call, they will pull up the trailer to your house. You can clean out your garage, remodel, whatever it is, fill that dumpster up, and then they take it away for you. No hassle on your end. So those are 4 different business sponsors and just businesses in the community that care and they want to make a difference. I think this is generally on point. However, if you are not comparing yourself to others, then how do you know where you're at in life? Comparing is the only way to know if you're winning or losing.
I mean, I think he's just got the word wrong. You know, like, if you're comparing, to me, that means you're looking at what you're lacking. You're not seeing what you need to work on. You know, like, how do I get there? I think when you compare, it's a lot. I don't know. I feel like when I compare myself to someone else, it can be just seen as I view it as a negative. Like, what don't I have? Right. Rather than, hey, how did you get there? You know, you have that conversation about it. Yeah,
this person's got way more than I do. And then it's like, I don't know, I always think of sports too. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only one finals winner. So technically everyone else, the rest of the 29 teams were losers.
Yeah, but they're okay with it.
But that's what I'm saying. But if all of them were just like devastated for 12 months straight, after that, you'd have like, you know, 95% of miserable players and only 5% of them actually happy. So I think we'll stick by with our podcast. Go watch that if we had a full, you know, full one on that. But I still think it's a trap. Like, yes, like just like you said, I think it's observe other people, see what's possible, see where they're at. Can we learn something from it? Could we talk to them to see if they can make any suggestions so we could get to where they're at, or at least start headed that particular way? But at the end of the day, I think if we're just comparing ourselves to other people constantly, you're going to be in for a sad time.
Well, it just gives you that negative mindset. You know, like if I'm at the gym, you know, because I've been going consistently finally, and I'm sitting, you know, if I'm like working out next to this female that is like, I'm never meant to be proportionally the same way.
IFBB, pro bikini bodybuilder.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can lack self-esteem, and all of those things can just build. But if I may just go in there and just work on losing just a little bit at a time and setting small attainable goals. Yeah. When we set those goals or our sights on something that is unattainable, that's an automatic fail right there. Well, you know?
And we talked about what if you can't, like, just, I'm pretty certain I work out hard, man. Like, I could probably diet down but like, I'm probably never going to look like Thor unless I take a substance. Like, just Just being real. So if I spend my whole life saying like, oh, if I get like Thor, then I'll finally be happy, then I'm going to be miserable the whole time. So it gives me something to shoot for. I know I can tighten it up more than I am right now, but will I ever get there naturally? Probably not.
Well, just like when I was at your house, well, this will be last week, when I was like, I can't wait to have a kitchen like this. I was like, I'm going to have all the counter space. And then as soon as I spit that out, I was like, wait a minute, Bonnie told me that once I get that kitchen, I'm going to want the next biggest kitchen. So
because me and Bonnie are running into each other in it. We're like, when we get in the next house, we're going to get a bigger kitchen. Like, yeah.
And like, I could fit 4 of my kitchens in your kitchen, you know? So it's just that, I mean,
man.
You know, so it's like that. You think the end is in sight, and that's just the next beginning. You know, is
And I've been falling into that. I need to go back to. That's a good point. Going back to the observing, because I remember going to one of my mentors' house, Coach Tom, and I finally got in there, and I was like, bro, like this is like one day, man, it's coming, like one day. Observe better than compare. So we're going to talk about hope today.
Yes. So
This could go on for hours. Yes. What you got?
All right. So what is hope? So biblically, it says hope is confident expectation based on God's character and promises, not on the circumstances.
Yeah.
So it says a confident expectation. That means like we believe it's actually going to happen, and it's based on God's character, like basically based on what he's written in the Bible for us. It's not on our circumstances that we, created. If we just stay constant, we can have that hope,
Well, if it's based on circumstances, most people are going to lose hope at some point, because usually you need it the most when you're in a horrible circumstance. And it seems like it's hopeless, or it seems like you're not going to come out of it. So if we're basing our outlook of anything upon our current circumstances, we're probably going to be in trouble quick, because been through hopeless situations in sobriety, and we got to choose to believe, base it on the Bible, base it on.
If I didn't have hope, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair.
Yeah.
And then it was referencing Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
Absolutely.
I didn't think I was going to make it, get offered drug court again. And, my mom was just like, on a hope, say, hanging on by a prayer. Like, my mom literally was like, please let it be this time, and I graduated, no mishaps, no nothing. But it was because of her faith, and I actually had faith this time in myself, that I was going to make it, because...
Yeah, hope in the Bible isn't wishful thinking. It's rooted in who God is, faithful, loving, powerful, and present.
Always. Yeah.
You gotta have hope.
I mean,
I got some stories about it going dark. But you talked about the opposite of hope at some point.
It says that hope is the belief that something better is possible even when you can't see it, because so many times we get in our own way. Like, you gave me, an offer to take this position. You had all the hope and faith, and at the time I knew that I wanted something different for work. I knew that I wanted to work in this. But like, you poured into me, Yvonne, training me, and all of that. Through all of that, I'm able to see myself even growing further, with Hand Up to Victory and being peer counselor and all that, with what Monica said at my graduation about, I could step in and help, with drug court and stuff. Like, that was things that I couldn't see, that other people could see. And God sees that for each of us. And it just takes my breath away in so many moments when we get in our own way. I don't know. It just... It says it's the light in the dark, the whisper that says keep going when everything else tells you to quit. When previous fails, and it's like, man, I'm done. But then there's that one hope shot that you have.
Been there.
Yeah.
Everything tells you to quit.
Yeah. And everybody. Like, you didn't get it. Your wife's like, are you sure?
Yep.
You're just saying, and it's like, is that God talking through somebody that's saying, is this really God? Is it just in time? Is it God's timing? I mean, that second guess can be so dangerous.
Of course. Yeah. When you start to lose hope, it's not a pretty place to be.
No. And like finding that hope again. We've talked about in the last episode when we did the deep dive into, your story, refreshing your memory of how you got to where you're at, I think can reestablish that hope when you're on that shaky ground with it.
Yeah.
What happens when faith takes a breath and says, let's try this again? I don't get that many deep breaths. I know you don't either. Or we're just bad at taking them.
A lot going on.
Yeah. But when I take, when you're like, let me think for a second. Because I'll be like, you're like, whoa.
Chill.
But when we actually get those moments.
I think the refresher course works both ways, though. So, like, we also have to remember things like that we made it through or whatever it is, and that'll help us out in our present moment. But like what I just learned recently, if you would have asked me for years leading up to a month or so ago, I would have told you that like hope, of course I got hope, like I would have told you it would have came without thinking, that I just carried it around the whole entire time. But also realize you don't need help you don't need hope when everything's going well.
You just put it on that shelf.
I mean,
yeah,
sure. I'm hopeful because everything's paid for. Bills are paid. Marriage is good. Kids are good. Organization's well. Like, yeah, sure. I'm
Life's
hopeful.
Good. Been a good week.
Yeah. But then when it comes to a point where it's like something you were hoping for, believing in, praying in doesn't come to pass. I just know someone else that lost a loved one, texting my mom, man, we were praying, we were fasting, we were this, that. He still died. Like, they probably didn't need a lot of hope, you know what I'm saying, the years passed, but let that situation hit you. You wanted something, you were going after it, it doesn't happen. Seems like it's all going to fail around you. You check the bank account of the business or your personal, and it's like, oh my goodness, there's only one number left in there. Right? Like, those are the moments where it's like, you'll find out if you got hope or not then. And it's not, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, we talked about this a little bit in a message, but we're going to go through those things, and I don't think any of us are going to be just like, I'm so hopeful this is going to work out. Like, when we get hit with something serious like that, or serious to us that we're perceiving it that way, it's hard, man. And you're going to go through feelings, and you're going to go through that struggle or whatever it is. But at some point, like, you got to realize, like, hope is the only thing that we got to come out of this. I had two choices. I can either just be down about the whole entire thing, let it get the best of me, cause it to make me want to quit, right? Or I can just choose to have almost blind hope and believe that God is going to do something with this, do something in this, bring me out from it and make me a better person somehow. I'm already reaching out to that person's family member, and I mean, he's already finding hope in the situation, and it really sucks. He was suffering, but one good thing, it's already brought friends and family closer, because he's probably getting inundated with phone calls, including myself, because I didn't talk to them for a minute. We got busy.
Hey, y'all, you've heard us talk about our nonprofit, Hand Up to Victory. I am here to tell you that it changed my life. I don't know where I would be without it. So below is a link to handuptovictory.org. Please click on that link and go to the donations tab. You may save a life, change a life. And I am living proof. We have our gala coming up in November. We would love it if you could be a business sponsor. If your in-kind donation could be raffled off to also change a life or save a life. So handuptovictory.org. Please donate if you can.
It's important to try to find hope in those situations, because I truly believe it's the only thing that's going to pull us out of it.
Amen. So I was looking into like what the opposite of hope is, and it could be different for, other people depending on whatever situation they're in. And one of the ones was despair, which is like the complete loss and absence of hope, like zero hope. And it says, while hope looks forward with expectation, despair sees like no possibility. Like you're in utter, like zero hope. Do you remember or recall of like a hope, like 100% hopeless?
Yeah, it just was. Mm-hmm. Being real. Mm-hmm. Be honest with everybody. Like,
I know, I didn't know what to do. When you were like, I didn't know what to do in those moments.
I mean, it's crazy to even think that. And that's another thing is like someone else could look from the outside and like, what is this person?
He's fine.
Yeah. Or like, I mean, honestly, how many times have we heard about someone killing themselves and you're like, they got it. We'll just pick someone famous, Kurt Cobain, and his people will be like, he's a rock star. He's got millions of dollars. He's got drugs.
Robin Williams.
He's got the that's what I'm saying. Like, so from the outside, everyone else can armchair quarterback them and say, oh man, I would never do that if I was in their position, but you don't. To them, it was hopeless.
Internally, you have no idea what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. To them, something in their life, something in their thought process, maybe it was a lack of God. Me and you talked recently, and I talked with some people about Philippians 4. Not thinking about nothing that's excellent or praiseworthy or right and true. I'm thinking about all the negative, and you can convince yourself that this is going nowhere. This is the definition of despair. I have no possibility of a better future, and there's no other option but to whatever. That's the extreme version of it, but it can cause you to quit. It could cause you to throw in the towel on something that may have been God's purpose and intent for you. It can cause you to walk away from a relationship that you were supposed to be in. And it puts you in such a deep, dark hole that it winds up affecting the people that love you the most because they can't get you out of it. And you're not the person that you need to be around them. And you're bringing everybody else down with you.
And this is, for me, on those dark days, like a gratitude list can be so important. Like that whole Austyn with a Y thing, when I get so frustrated with kids, job, whatever it is, I try to automatically be like, you know what, I ain't in jail today. I get to drive my car that may or may not have 4 nails in the tires. I get to do all of those things, so that's a true story.
Yep. She drove through a roofing plant.
Yes, I did. No. I was just getting food. But I try to keep those moments like really fresh in my mind because it is easy to think about what I don't have. But if I have that list of 10 things that I can recall 2 or 3 on a whim, it can usually bring me back out. But for those people that are so desolate that don't have that support system in place or that plan in place or foundation, it could be such a, lonely place. The second one was fear is the opposite of hope. An anxious concern or dread about what may happen. So these are not things that are fact. It says hope anticipates good outcomes. Fear anticipates the bad ones. So you only, when you're in fear, you're just creating the worst case scenario. But when they say in the rooms, you play out that tape. This is what makes me think of, because there's certain places that I won't go because I have a fear. If I do, I know what the possibilities are of being in that, around that person, place, or thing. It's
probably a healthy fear.
Yes.
It's like the fear of God. We have this just reverence of how, holy he is and how powerful that he is. So I think some people don't have a fear of God because they think we can act any type of way and there's not going to be some type of consequence associated with it. At some point there is. But as far as this, usually it's in a bad way when you hear the word. And 100%, I agree with everything you're talking about so far. Hope anticipates good outcomes. Fear anticipates bad ones. It's so easy to run 20 scenarios about how are we going to pay for this? How are we going to make this happen? How are we going to, there's no way possible. And then what if this goes wrong? What if this happens? And I'm not going to make a move because what if?
But if you're sitting there playing the what if game, life's still going on while you're trying to make those.
Yes, it is. Calls.
So that's why you seek counsel, on those decisions and try to carry it in a backpack all by yourself. It makes such a difference for me. I used to be all about, I got this. I'm going to run this. I don't need anybody's help. Yeah. And I see asking for help as such a strength now instead of a weakness, because I definitely wasn't raised in that a lot. You know, asking for help was you being needy, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think just that instead of living life like, oh, well, what if this happens? What if we get in a car wreck? Yeah, well, what if we don't? Like, I'm just going to have hope that is not going to happen. Oh, what if someone gets injured? I'm just going to believe we're not. Like,
Oh, for instance, yesterday, Yvonne, sorry, I'm going to tell about this. You know, you left from the meeting and Yvonne and I are there, and she's like, I'm getting on a plane because she's taking her first vacation in how long? And she's like, I might die in the plane crash. She's like, my computer is to get in the computer, and like you could see it. I'm like, Yvonne, you're gonna be fine. You know, but I mean, but when you
have those thoughts, man.
But
yeah,
you know, it is, because if you let your mind go, though, you can spin it completely out.
Yeah. That's a Layla deal. She's like, I don't want to get in a plane ever again. What if it crashes? I'm like, Layla, the odds of that are so astronomical. We're going to be all right. It's going to be fine.
She'll be in heaven and she won't have to worry about it. You know?
Bonnie answer.
Been spending a lot of time with your wife. Another opposite of hope is doubt, a lack of certainty or trust. Hope requires belief in something unseen and not yet attained. Doubt can undermine that belief. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's easy to get to the point when you're in that despair. I don't even believe that it could happen anymore. I mean,
like that whole, is there a God?
I've said that a sentence or two. Yeah, not about God, but about other things. Like, I don't even know if I can believe it's gonna do better than this. I don't know if I can believe our podcast will get 1,000 views. So I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope.
I mean, and it's good to hope that, but like, are we okay with it just changing one life at a time? You know, like, of course we want it to reach, because I mean, I feel like there's so many people. I mean, there could be a hand up to victory in multiple counties around the United States.
Absolutely. Every county needs it in every state. Yeah.
You know, I mean, addiction touches in so many areas.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I bet there's not one person that addiction has not touched, whether it's family member, friend, co-worker, child. You know, it touches and changes the lives and the course of their lives in each one of those.
But I guess if we're being, I don't know, maybe that has to do with the cynicism. But you're going to bring that up. You go ahead and unpack that, and I'll share something I was going to say.
So cynicism is a belief that people are motivated purely by self-interest, a general distrust of others' motives or the future. And why it's an opposite of hope is it involves trust and optimism, while cynicism shuts down the heart's expectation for goodness. So does that mean that you've been hurt like so many times you just don't even think it's possible? Like,
I feel like this can be in multiple areas though, right? They're just saying cynicism as far as when it comes to the relationships with people. It could be in any area. You could be a cynic of everything, right? That's just always seeing.
Well, they get this.
Well, I'm just saying, in anything, it's always seeing the negative side to it. Maybe before we go into the people, like, but what we just talked about, like, if I choose to just doubt that this is ever going to do anything, and I get in the negative side, everyone else's podcast got this many, and like, I just don't think it's good. Like, it can cause you to want to quit. Like, I think it's this not having hope can spill off into so many other different areas, and it can start spreading. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, is it about the view count? No, but I personally have to live with the hope that like, this is going to expand. It's going to make a difference in the people that watch it. It's going to, get past wherever that it's past now, because if I go to the other side of it, I'm really not going to see a point of doing it anymore at some point.
In that challenge accepted.
100%. I have to always have hope. I find in anything, we'll just say in Hand Up to Victory too, I have to hope and believe that at some point it's going to get bigger. Is it? I mean, I guess I can't tell you with 100% certainty, but I got to operate like that in the hope, because if I go to the other side, it causes slew of things to happen in my mind that it's a place I don't want to go to. I don't want to live in. So to me, I would rather just live on the hope side and be like, I just hope and believe that it's going to happen. At least that way I got a smile on my face. I give it my all. I approach the day like, hey, maybe this is the day, that it's going to expand. It's going to blow up, whatever it is. I don't know. I definitely have lived both ways, and at this point in my life, I choose to live with hope because it's a way better way to live.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, personally, I've never really been a negative person. Like, I've always been the optimist. But since the last 2 years of getting sober, and being a realist also has come into play to actually see what's going on. But you can still have hope and accept things and figure out how to work on them and move forward.
Of course.
Because it's like, oh, it's going to happen. I can't do that today. Like, I can pray about it, but I want to see where the action, where I can help with the solution. You know? Well,
even when it comes to people, because you mentioned like that it was a general distrust of others' motives or the future, I sometimes see people have false hope in some people.
Yes.
Believing that, this is the time and it's going to be different this time. They cheated on me 3 times before, but it's going to be different this time. And, and then it's like,
did they put in the work? Did they change?
Yeah, I'm just saying they get smacked in the face with disappointment, but at the same time, you could go the other side of it and just think that, like, everyone's out to get me. I can't trust anybody. So it's hard, man. I mean. And
sometimes that person maybe just needed to be slapped one more time. I'm speaking from my, experience.
Yeah.
That sometimes I just needed that one more time to actually learn so I could change. We may be waiting on the other person to change, but in all aspects of what God wants us to learn, we had to go through it. So we walk away from whatever it may be too.
Yeah.
So hope is faith in motion, a willingness to believe that God is still working, that change is possible, and that our past does not define our future. I can't think of 2 other people that can talk to that, like if I went in and started telling someone about my past, it would definitely not depict what my future became.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I don't know. It does. It makes you speechless, which I know is hard to.
We had to have hope to come back from where we once were at that rock bottom part. Because if you don't have hope, you would just thrown the towel in and not even tried. Like,
no.
So really, especially if you're from the recovery community, you had to have hope to even get out of the hell that you were once in. I hope that there's something out there, the God that can help me, do for me what I couldn't do for myself.
I was speaking to a woman that mentors me, and her marriage involved her husband cheating on her like 4 or 5 times over like a 10-year span.
Oh my goodness!
And she forgave him.
Wow.
Now he goes out of town on business trips.
Wow.
Like God healed their family. Like I could not. And it's like if she can trust her husband and them, that's.
I don't know if I come back from that.
It's pretty
not gonna
impressive.
lie to you.
Yeah, maybe we could talk about her coming on here. But yeah, it's. You're talking about 6 to 10. I think was the number of different women. Yeah.
She must have had a lot of hope to get through that.
How do you think Bonnie would handle that?
Be over. Yeah.
Be like,
no.
Autumn, 1 bed available for Justin Hallis.
There'd be two dead bodies. It'd be a double homicide in Bradenton. Oh man! Hey, more power to them, man. The fact that she stuck it out through that, and God, really worked a miracle in that situation.
And that's they have 3 kids together, so just that family. I'm sure there's still times, but they put the work in, and they felt like it was worth it, to save that. Yeah. It's talking about hope's enemies, despair, fear, doubt, cynicism. We spoke to. There's also apathy, and bitterness is, a huge one, because once you take a bite of that bitter, fruit, I guess you could say, it's just like that snowball, effect, because it's like, well, this person's not doing this. Well, actually, they're not doing this, or this either. And it's so easy to get on that bandwagon.
Yeah, when you start getting bitter with people, and then you start getting bitter at life.
Those defects just be...
Comparing yourself to other people, seeing where I'm not at. And then it's like, man, you got no hope that it can ever happen for you.
But, hope, when that hope is actually anchored in Jesus, and for us in the recovery community, it's anchored in our steps. Because, they say that these certain steps, but there's certain steps that when you're in a certain experience or situation, that step, like your daily inventory, those things. But for me, it's when it's like that whisper comes over, this isn't the end, just keep going, just a little, just a little bit further. And it's like you can start to see that light at the end of that tunnel, like when your hope is getting dim. But it's just to me, it's just so important when you're in that moment to call somebody to reach out, because that isolating thing, it's a definitely dangerous.
Yeah, it's not that good.
No. Hey, do you isolate?
Of course. I'm an only child as well.
You didn't like to share, did you?
No.
Tristan likes to think she's an only child. She doesn't like to share.
Oh, man.
But in the end, hope doesn't mean we've got it all, I've got it all together. It means that we know the one who holds it all together.
Amen.
And, thankfully, he's got a sense of humor. Because I know I'm a lot, I can be a whole lot.
You definitely got jokes, no doubt about that.
Like even in the worst moments, sometimes when I just feel like I'm going to cry, like something happens and I just laugh, because it's like, why am I so mad for Tristan dropping the remote on the floor? Just so like, we can just get so angry or so built up bitterness
crazy
about one little small thing in that moment. But it just seems like this meteor that just blew up out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
But it's usually when I'm not in my Bible, I'm not calling people, and I'm way too busy for everything that I know gets me centered every time. Because
sure.
I'll call my sponsor. I'll call Bonnie. She's like, "Well, what book are you reading in the Bible?" And I don't answer fast enough, so she knows that I haven't been in it in a couple of days. So.
Yep. John.
Yeah.
That's just a quick one.
That is my favorite book. John is my favorite book of the Bible.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Chosen loves it.
The one that Jesus loved the most. Yeah. I don't know. When I was in jail in the recovery pod, Miss Debbie, who we both love, she used to come in and do studies, and we did a deep dive into John. And like one night, I remember I wrote like 9 pages of just what John went, because I don't ever get that silence that you're talking about. And it was, at that time it's freezing in there. I was just, I don't know. It was just something about that book that spoke to me on so many levels.
He must have been transcribing like crazy when Jesus was speaking, because he
goes all read. Yeah.
The other one just get the story, and then all of a sudden now we got like three chapters of Jesus.
Yeah, he had all the deeds.
At the Last Supper. Let's just get the Last Supper and go to the garden.
That's what I loved him the most, because he was listening.
Oh, I'm with Matthew. Let's go on to the next. Guys, just want to let you know we have our High on Jesus merch available on our website, highonjesus.org. You go on there, guys. We got shirts, hats, beanies, hoodies, anything you could need to live that life. You could show people, hey, I'm all about this lifestyle. Go on our website, order the merch. We appreciate your support.
Can we get the Cliff Notes version? Yeah. So I don't know. So I mean, without hope, we're just lost in general.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully this can help someone out there that maybe you found yourself recently, or you're in a situation now that you've just lost hope in, whatever it is, we know. And just, so when I mentioned something that Pat was not even talking about the other person that we talked about passing. These are separate situations, completely separate families. I mean, there's people out there, they have lost of loved ones. Maybe their business isn't going the way they wanted it to. They had some hopes and dreams, aspirations that didn't, pan out. Whatever it is,
lost a child,
or something that you're going through that maybe someone else doesn't think it's a big deal. But you know what? I'm here to say it's a big deal to you, and they're not in your head going through the feelings that you're going through. So whatever it is, I just encourage you to not stay there. Don't live there, because number one, it's a lie. It's not the end of the world. It's going to continue. It's going to get better at some point. You can't despair and lose all hope and think this is it. Choose to live in hope. Just believe that God is who he says that he is. Believe that his word is true. Believe that at some point he is going to bring you out of this and restore your mind.
Amen.
You're going to feel better. You're going to have a smile again. You're going to be able to be there for your loved ones that are alive right now that care about you. So I hope someone takes that away from this podcast, that there is hope. And it's a much better way to live. And I had to say it, even if you're believing for something, even if it doesn't happen, I'd rather live with hope and anticipation that it's going to, than just be like, oh, it's never going to happen for me.
I'll live in that not yet every day.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So we're going to talk about hope today.
Yes. It says hope is confident expectation based on God's character and promises. God sees that for each of us.
Most people are going to lose hope at some point, because usually you need it the most.
Even when you can't see it, because so many times we get in our own way.
If we're basing our outlook of anything upon our current circumstances, we're probably going to be in trouble quick.
Yeah.